The desert was silent, yet nothing felt alive. The street lamps flickered weakly, and the wind carried no sound of life. Rango walked down the empty road, but every step echoed like a scream. He thought he had escaped the nightmare of the multiverse, but in the corners of his vision, faint cracks glowed within his own eyes, and his shadow stretched further than it should. He was back in his world, but something else had followed him. As the moonlight bled across the town, his shadow began to change. It twisted, broke apart, and spread across the walls. From its darkness, shapes emerged, monstrous forms he had already seen. The wolf, the vampire, the stone giant, each reflection of himself returned, but not as memories. They moved on their own, alive and waiting. Rango froze in terror, for the shadows no longer belonged to him. They belonged to something else. He raised his trembling hands, only to find they were no longer his. Black cracks spread like broken glass across his skin, glowing faintly with fire from another world. And within those cracks, he saw movement, faces, hands, creatures, writhing beneath his flesh, clawing to escape. His breath turned into black mist, and whispers crawled into his mind. The war of the multiverse was no longer outside him. It was inside his body, inside his soul. Whispers pulled him through the town, dragging his body toward the edge. There, beneath storm clouds, an old church waited, its stained glass blood-faint red light, though no flame burned inside. The heavy doors creaked open as though welcoming him home, and in the doorway, a figure stood, tall, silent, and faceless. It did not move. It did not speak. It only waited, as though it had been expecting him all along. He stepped into the church, and silence swallowed him whole. The pews were filled, but not with people. Faceless figures sat in stillness, their bodies stiff as statues. Then, one by one, their mouths opened wide. No sound escaped their throats, but inside his mind, the screams tore him apart. 1,000 voices, crying in agony, filled the air. Black candles burned with flames that swallowed the light. This was no place of worship. It was a temple of pain. From the altar came a deep rumble, as cracks tore through the stone. Shadows spilled across the floor like water. Then, rising higher than the ceiling itself, it emerged, a being without form, its body a shifting storm of smoke. Where its face should be, there was only void, and within that void, to burning red eyes. The whispers grew louder, twisting into words that pierced his mind, and the words carried only one truth. It knew his name. Dark tendrils slithered from the Faceless One, wrapping gently round his arms, cold yet unbreakable. His body stiffened as a vision forced itself into his eyes. He saw himself, not broken, not hunted, but seated upon a throne of shadows. Variants of himself knelt before him, bound to his will. The Faceless One did not come to kill him. It came to crown him, but the cost was clear. To take the throne was to abandon his soul forever. The storm outside roared, lightning splitting the sky as Rango fell to his knees inside the church. The shadows tightened around him. The variants of himself appeared behind, bending their heads in silent obedience. His eyes glowed with crimson, fire reflecting a crown not yet seen, but already his. Above him, the Faceless One loomed, vast and eternal. Was Rango about to become their prisoner or their king? The answer vanished into darkness, leaving only silence.